Hi, welcome to my channel, Lab Vixen Designs. I am Sarah, the Lab Vixen. So I had a friend come over today. I was off work. I had some appointments. Um, and I had her come over and she hung out with me in between appointments, and I had her work up some of the first yarn that I'd made with my drop spindle, which is this cute little guy. And So I wanted to get her opinion on how that yarn worked up and what could be improved for the future fibers that I create. And so I recorded a little video of her working it up into a little swatch, and then recorded a video of her thoughts on it. The problem, as I was just reviewing these videos to edit and cut together, is that when I recorded these videos, I just used my separate camera without a mic. So there is no sound with these videos. Anyway, we'll make it work. I can do a voiceover with her recommendations and all of that good stuff. But I did want to share what the finished swatch looks like. We did block it, like wet block it and pin it out. And just to kind of see, because, she made it, why not? So this is it. It's got pretty decent stitch definition. And the colors like worked really well together, and I thought that they pooled pretty in a fascinating way. So, and as you can see, it's a 2-ply yarn. The red colors and the blue are BFL, Blue Face Leicester, and the white that I added in for the second strand contains merino and bamboo fibers. And I just added the white in. Like I said, it was my first ball that I'd made. And I just kind of wanted to see how all of those would work together and see how they behaved. So, and I liked that I added the white. It really kind of made some of the reds and the blues pop, I think. But I still favor, so far, favor the BFL wool. Like when it's twisted on the drop spindle, it really has this really pretty sheen almost. It's like really got a little luster to it that I didn't notice with the merino. And it's easier to work with for me. And that could just be because I'm still learning. This is a learning process. I'm just very excited about it because I decided, I kind of had an inspirational moment when I went to the DFW Fiber Fest on the 20th of September. And there's so many unique indie dyers that they all have, they might use similar colors, but they all have something unique to them that you get just from that dyer. So one of the other things that I was looking at is you can buy all of these different braids of wool that are already pre-dyed. And since I don't really have a space set up to deal with staining liquid or powder, I also have 4 cats and 2 dogs, and they are all assholes, and I don't want to be cleaning up dye off of my pets and the floors and the walls and all of anything else that you can think of with mischievous animals. So my thought was, okay, what if I purchase from these other small businesses? So then I'm supporting a small business. Oh, sorry, allergies. And use the wool that they have dyed to create unique colorways in my yarn. And one of the things that I'll be doing is when I mix these colors and put them together, they're all going to be associated with something microbiology themed or lab themed or sciencey themed. Mostly microbiology, since that's my field of expertise. And I think it would be a pretty fun way to merge both of my main interests. And so this first yarn is called Serratia after a pathogenic gram-negative bacteria. And I would see this showing up as blue and red colonies on this really neat media that we would use when I worked at the VA. And you didn't know what it was going to be until you identified it. And so we found that serratia could show up as a blue colony or a red colony on these chrome agar plates in urine cultures. And so as I was spinning the blue and the red together, I was thinking, what could I call this? And that's where serratia came from. So serratia marcens is the species name, but we're just going to go with serratia. And it's kind of pretty. So I will be including a sped up video clip of her actually working with it so you can see how it works and how it worked up in the swatch. And I will have to do a voiceover for the other clip where I was asking her about her honest thoughts and opinions. And I can't wait to make those changes and improve and get better. So hopefully you all will stick around. I would love for you to stick around and come back and learn along with me and see what kinds of color combinations and names that these yarns are going to have. So I will say that since this was just like a practice ball of yarn, it did only have like 10 meters, so 10.9 yards of yarn to use. So that's why the swatch is relatively small and there isn't any more right now. So thanks for joining, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Hey guys, it's Sarah from Lab Vixen Designs again. So here I am with a voiceover for a sped up little video of my beautiful friend Ash crocheting a swatch of my first yarn. So she's using a half double crochet, and as you saw the finished piece in the main video, we had made, my idea was to make the video of her working it up, speed it up, and then do a shorter video of her thoughts on it afterwards. Well, I recorded those videos as you see here, but they had no sound because I forgot to plug the mic in. Anyway, so her main critiques was that there was differing tension and thickness in some of the yarn. So it wasn't all the same. And that was the only real complaint, was that where it was thicker in strand, it made it a little harder to slip through her fingers. Like she had to readjust. So that's something that can totally be fixed with some time and practice. No big deal. What she really liked about the yarn was that it was super soft. It didn't stick on her fingers because let's be real, nobody has super smooth fingers, especially not when you own animals and horses. So let's be real. And she liked how the pieces that were consistent, they worked up beautifully. So the colors looked good. The it wasn't sticky, and it was super soft. So I think that's a win for the first yarn made.